This is the Dive Into Discovery podcast, where curiosity meets insight, and every conversation uncovers a new layer of understanding.
Okay, so today we're diving deep into Göbekli Tepe. This site in Turkey that's got archaeologists like scrambling to rewrite the history books.
Yeah, it's really turning everything we thought we knew about early civilization kind of on its head.
Yeah, and I think what blows my mind the most is that we always thought like farming came first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then came villages, and then from that, came like complex societies. But Göbekli Tepe, it's totally flipping the script.
It's like finding a computer, in the middle of an ancient Roman villa or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fit the narrative. And the source material we've got, this text on the construction of Göbekli Tepe, it lays it all out. I mean, the timeline is crystal clear.
Yeah.
This site, it predates all that by like thousands of years.
Yeah, we're talking 11,000 years old, 9,600 BCE.
It makes Stonehenge look like, a kid's building set.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, it's not just the age that's shocking.
Right.
Right? It's the level of sophistication. I mean, forget mud huts and simple tools. This place has got massive stone circles, these T-shaped pillars. Some of them are over 5 meters tall.
Wow, yeah.
And they're covered in these incredibly intricate carvings of animals. Like
Wow.
You've got snakes, boars, birds. It's remarkable.
Really makes you wonder, what kind of society could pull this off?
Yeah.
When, like you said, most people were still figuring out how to like plant crops and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? We're talking about the pre-pottery Neolithic period.
No metal tools, no pottery.
Exactly. I mean, can you imagine trying to carve those intricate designs on those massive stones with just like flint tools and a lot of patience?
Skill involved is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's like it really challenges everything we thought we knew about what hunter-gatherer societies were capable of.
Right.
I mean, this wasn't just about, basic survival. They were creating art, expressing belief, maybe even like encoding knowledge in these symbols.
Yeah. They skipped like a whole chapter in the history books or something. Like, what?
And that's where these T-shaped pillars really get interesting. I mean, these aren't just random monoliths, Many archaeologists believe that they actually represent stylized human figures.
So what do you think they symbolize?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, are they early deities, ancestral figures, shamans? I mean, we can only speculate, but it's fascinating to think about what they might have meant to the people who created them.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they're trying to send us a message across the millennia, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we were here. But one of the things this text points out is that there's no evidence of like dwellings or houses at Göbekli Tepe.
Right. So it wasn't a typical settlement, like a village or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that suggests it had a specific purpose, maybe
Right.
religious, maybe ceremonial.
Yeah, like a gathering place.
Imagine people coming from all over the region to like gather here for some unknown ritual under these massive pillars. I mean, can you picture that?
It's an incredible image. It
Yeah.
really is. And, we're talking about a time before writing, before recorded history. So everything we know about this site is pieced together from the stones themselves, the layout, the carving. It's like a giant prehistoric puzzle.
And it gets even more mysterious because according to the text, the whole site was deliberately buried around 8,000 BCE. So the question is, why go through all that effort to cover it all up?
I know. Right. Was it to protect it? Did their beliefs change? Or was it something else entirely?
It's almost like they knew we'd find it someday,
Oh,
right?
good.
Like they were leaving a message for future generations.
Like a time capsule.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that this was just the beginning for Göbekli. Tepe archaeologists have found multiple layers of construction.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't just a one-time thing. They were using this site, rebuilding it and like reimagining it over centuries.
Each layer is like a snapshot in time, right? It's amazing.
And remember those massive stones? They didn't just magically appear there. The text mentions nearby quarries.
Right.
So picture this. They had to quarry those giant stones, then transport them, and then erect them all without modern technology.
I mean, that would be a massive undertaking even today.
Exactly. So it really begs the question, how did they do it? I mean, how did a society without agriculture, without settled villages, manage this kind of coordination and organization?
Yeah, it really challenges our understanding of early social organization because the construction of Göbekli Tepe, it required a level of cooperation and leadership that we usually associate with much later, more complex societies.
Yeah, it's a real head scratcher.
It really is. It makes you realize just how much we still don't know about our past.
Yeah. and how much more there is to discover.
Absolutely. I mean, it really flips our whole understanding of early humans, you know? Like, we always think of hunter-gatherers as these nomads constantly on the move, just focused on survival. But Göbekli Tepe, it suggests something much more, something deeper.
It's like they were driven by a shared purpose, right? Something that went beyond just basic needs. Like they needed to come together, pool their resources, and create something truly awe-inspiring.
And it's not just about the practical stuff either. Like, think about the artistry, the symbolism woven into those carvings. I mean, it points to like a rich spiritual life, you know?
Yeah.
A complex belief system that we're only just starting to grasp.
It's like they were trying to tell a story, right? To leave a message for future generations. Like, what do you think those animals represent? Are they guardians? Deities? Totemic figures? I mean, it's amazing to think about how those carvings must have resonated with the people who made them, you know?
It's what makes Göbekli Tepe so compelling, right? It's not just a bunch of stones and carvings. It's a window into the minds of our ancestors. Like, we're getting a glimpse into a world we can barely even imagine.
It's like holding a piece of history in your hands, feeling the weight of those millennia, and trying to, like, decipher the whispers of the past. It's humbling, really.
Absolutely. And it makes you realize how much we still don't know about our own history.
Oh, totally. And speaking of mysteries, that whole thing about deliberately burying the site of around 8,000 BCE, I mean, that's got to be one of the biggest puzzles of all.
Yeah, why go through all that trouble to cover it up?
Right. Was it to protect it? Was it some kind of ritualistic thing? Or was it something else completely?
Well, some researchers think that maybe they were trying to protect the site from like encroaching settlements, or maybe their religious practices changed and they decided to decommission it. But honestly, who knows?
It's like they knew we would find it someday, you know? Like a message in a bottle, tossed across time, just waiting to be discovered.
Exactly. And who knows what other discoveries are waiting for us as they continue to excavate Göbekli Tepe. I mean, it's a relatively new site in archaeological terms, and we're learning new things all the time.
It's a really exciting time to be following this research, that's for sure. And what's amazing is that Göbekli Tepe is just one piece of the puzzle, right? It's part of a much bigger story, a global story about human development and innovation.
Absolutely. And it challenges us to rethink our assumptions about the past, about what our ancestors were capable of, and ultimately about what it means to be human.
And here's where it gets even more mind-blowing. Some people think that the social changes that were sparked by a project like Göbekli Tepe, like the need for organization and cooperation on such a massive scale, might have actually been a catalyst for the development of agriculture later on.
It's an interesting theory, for sure. I mean, could this monumental undertaking, driven by spiritual or social needs, have inadvertently set the stage for the rise of settled societies and the agricultural revolution that followed? It's a question worth considering.
It's like a ripple effect, right? One innovation leading to another, each generation building on the knowledge and achievements of those who came before. And Göbekli Tepe stands at the very beginning of that chain, like a testament to human ingenuity and drive. You know?
It really is. And it reminds us that history isn't a straight line. It's more like a tapestry woven from countless threads of innovation, creativity, and adaptation. And sometimes, the most unexpected discoveries can totally change our understanding of the past and open up entirely new avenues of exploration.
It's like suddenly realizing that the history book you've been reading is missing a few chapters, or maybe even a whole volume. And now we're trying to fill in the gaps and rewrite the narrative to put together a more complete and accurate picture of our journey as a species.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of archaeology, right? It's a constant process of discovery, of reinterpreting the past as we uncover new evidence, challenging our old ideas, and just marveling at the ingenuity and resilience of our ancestors.
We're like detectives, trying to piece together clues scattered across millennia, you know? Trying to understand the motivations, the beliefs, the hopes, and dreams of those who came before us.
And in doing so, we're also learning about ourselves and our own place in this vast timeline of human experience. Göbekli Tepe is a powerful reminder that we're all connected across generations by this shared human story, a story of innovation, exploration, and this enduring quest for meaning.
As we keep exploring this ancient site, unlocking its secrets and deciphering its messages, we're also embarking on a journey of self-discovery, a journey that takes us back to the roots of our shared humanity.
It's a journey worth taking, and Göbekli Tepe is an amazing place to start. So what do you think? What does this all mean?
Well, I think it tells us that we should never underestimate the ingenuity, creativity, and sheer determination of our ancestors. You know, Göbekli Tepe is a testament to what humans can achieve when they work together, when they're driven to create something meaningful that transcends the everyday and connects us to something bigger than ourselves.
I agree. It's a reminder that human history is full of surprises, full of moments of brilliance and innovation that defy our expectations. It's a call to keep exploring, keep asking questions, and to never stop being amazed by the wonder and complexity of the human story.
It's a story that's still being written, and we're all a part of it. So the next time you hear about some archaeological discovery, don't just think of it as some dusty old relic from the past. Think of it as a window into the minds of the people who came before us, as a reminder of our shared humanity, and as a source of inspiration for the future.
Because if a group of hunter-gatherers over 11,000 years ago could create something as awe-inspiring as Göbekli Tepe, just imagine what we can achieve with all the knowledge and technology we have today.
It's a truly inspiring thought, isn't it? It reminds us that we all have the potential for greatness.
Absolutely. It really makes you wonder what else is out there, hidden beneath the surface, just waiting to be discovered. What other chapters of the human story are we missing?
Yeah, it feels like we're only just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
And Göbekli Tepe has already turned so many of our assumptions upside down. Who knows what other revelations are waiting for us out there?
And it's not just about rewriting the history books, you know? Göbekli Tepe makes us ask some fundamental questions about ourselves, about human nature. I mean, if these early humans were capable of such complex thought, such incredible artistry, and such monumental construction, what does that say about what it means to be human?
It makes you realize that the urge to create, to connect with something bigger than ourselves, is a part of who we are. It goes back tens of thousands of years.
Exactly. Göbekli Tepe wasn't just about survival. It was about meaning, about purpose, about leaving a mark on the world. And that desire, that drive, is still with us today.
It's almost like they were trying to send a message across time, you know? A message that says, hey, we were here, we mattered, we created something beautiful and lasting.
And that message still resonates with us today, doesn't it? It reminds us that we're part of something much bigger than ourselves, a continuum of human experience that goes all the way back to the beginning.
It's humbling, but it's also incredibly inspiring. If those early humans could achieve such amazing things with so little, imagine what we can do with all the knowledge and technology we have now.
The possibilities are endless. But it's important to remember that the lessons of Göbekli Tepe aren't just about technological advancement. They're about collaboration, about community, about sharing a common vision and working together to achieve something extraordinary.
It's about tapping into that same spark of creativity and ingenuity that drove those early humans to build something so magnificent, something that continues to amaze and inspire us thousands of years later.
So, as we continue to explore the mysteries of Göbekli Tepe, as we uncover new layers of meaning and understanding, let's also remember the lessons it holds for us today.
Lessons about the power of human potential, about the importance of connection and collaboration, and about the enduring quest for meaning that unites us all.
Göbekli Tepe is more than just an archaeological site. It's a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity.
And it's a reminder that the most incredible journey of discovery is often the one that leads us back to ourselves.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what you think you know. Because the world is full of wonder, and the most amazing discoveries are often the ones we least expect.
And who knows, maybe someday you'll make a discovery that changes our understanding of the world, just like Göbekli Tepe has done. Until then, keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your spirit adventurous. The journey of discovery is just beginning.
Makes you wonder what else is out there, right? Like hidden just beneath the surface, waiting for us to find it. What other pieces of the human story are we missing?
It really does feel like we're just scratching the surface, you know? Göbekli Tepe has totally upended so much of what we thought we knew, and who knows what else is out there just waiting to be uncovered.
Yeah, and it's not just about rewriting history books, you know, Göbekli Tepe. It makes us ask some really big questions about who we are as humans. If these early humans could think in such complex ways, create such incredible art, and build something so monumental, what does that tell us about what it means to be human?
It's like this urge to create, to connect with something bigger than ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a fundamental part of who we are, going back thousands and thousands of years.
Exactly, Göbekli Tepe. It wasn't just about survival, It was about finding meaning, having a purpose, leaving something behind, and that desire, that drive, it's still a part of us today.
It's almost like they were trying to send a message across time, right? Like, hey, we were here, we mattered, we made something beautiful.
And that message, it still speaks to us today, doesn't it? It reminds us that we're part of something so much bigger than ourselves, a story that's been going on since the very beginning.
Yeah, it's humbling, but it's also incredibly inspiring. Like, if they could do all that with so little, what can we achieve with all the knowledge and technology we have today?
The possibilities are truly endless, but it's important to remember that Göbekli Tepe's lessons aren't just about technology, It's also about collaboration, community, coming together to achieve something amazing.
It's about finding that spark of creativity and ingenuity. That same spark that pushed them to create something so incredible, something that still blows our minds thousands of years later.
Exactly. So as we keep exploring Göbekli Tepe, as we uncover more of its secrets, let's remember the lessons it has for us.
Lessons about our potential, about the importance of connection and working together, and about that search for meaning that unites us all.
Göbekli Tepe, it's more than just an archaeological site. It's a testament to the human spirit.
It really is. And it shows us that sometimes the most incredible journeys are the ones that lead us back to ourselves.
So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep pushing the limits of what you think you know. Because the world is full of wonder and the most amazing discoveries, well, they're often the ones we least expect.
Who knows? Maybe one day you'll stumble upon something that changes everything, just like Göbekli Tepe did. Until when, keep your eyes open, stay curious, and never stop exploring. The journey's just getting started.
What did you think of this week's episode? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to join us next time as we dive even deeper. And as always, stay curious, because you never know what discoveries are just around the corner.